Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. Today is the anniversary of the day in 1986 when Graceland was published, an album by Paul Simon and various other artists which spotlighted South African music done in Paul Simon's own style, but with a very definite South African kind of feel to it. And indeed it was recorded in South Africa, which was a very dangerous in a way and surprising thing to do in the middle of the apartheid era, when any cultural exchange with South Africa was forbidden by the United Nations in order to try and bring apartheid to an end. The album was critically acclaimed as being one of the best albums, some people said, ever, but certainly won a number of awards and was Paul Simon's most successful one for a decade. And yet it received some criticism. There was a lot of controversy about it, and I wanted to just pick out one or two of the aspects of that in order to perhaps help us, because we're sometimes faced with ethical decisions. What is the right thing to do in a particular situation? And there may be criteria that we could usefully follow, learning from Graceland as we face these decisions. The first one is who to consult when we need to make a decision, and it's obviously important to consult, and Paul Simon consulted a number of black musicians that he knew, including the Black Musicians Union in South Africa, and they said, yes, you must come, because they felt it would highlight on a global scale black music. But Harry Belafonte recommended that he should consult the ANC before going, the representative of the black anti-apartheid movement, but he didn't, and subsequently the ANC criticised him very strongly for coming. It's easy to choose people to advise us who we think will tell us what we want to hear. I'm not saying that's what Paul Simon did, but it's what happened. I'm not saying he did it from choice, but that's what happened. Another thing we need to bear in mind is the need not to be put off by criticism. Paul Simon knew that he would get criticised for going to South Africa and recording this album, but he went ahead and did it. He wasn't going to be put off. He said he was going with his instinct, and sometimes we need to do that. But the third thing I think that's interesting about what happened here was that Paul Simon was himself, before he went to South Africa, in a very low state. He's very depressed. His marriage to Carrie Fisher had broken down. His last album had been a almost complete failure. His relationship with Art Garfunkel had almost ceased to exist, and he was really low, and he needed something to boost him. And when this idea was put to him, and he developed the notion of basing an album on South African music, it kind of gave him a way out. And I think sometimes our ethical decisions, decisions about what's right and wrong, are sometimes influenced more than we realise by what we actually want. And so today I think if I'm faced with what's right and what's wrong kind of decision to make, a decision about what to do about something, I think it's going to be important to look at my motives. It's going to be important to consult people who I think are going to disagree with me, as well as those who will support me. And it's important not to be put off just because of the fear that I might be criticised.